Hey guys, today we are going to create a fully game ready character using Tripo AI for free. So let's get into the video.
So first of all guys, I'm gonna go into Gemini AI and then here is the image I created. So this is a simple image I found on Google. As you can see, this is the reference image. And then I asked Gemini to create me a T-pose of this exact character with a black background. You have to make sure this is going to be a T-pose because this is really important when we creating the animations. So I'm gonna go download this image here and then we can go into the Tripo AI. So here's the Tripo AI. I'm gonna tap in. So here inside the Tripo AI, we have two options, high detail model and smart topology mesh. So we have to select the smart topology mesh because that is the one for the game and web apps. Okay guys, now we have to select the HD model. Smart mesh is not the one because it is not for free. So I have to pay for this version. So I have to make sure we are in the HD model, right? Now after set it to the HD model, I'm going to tap in image and then I'll select this image. This is the one I created from the Gemini and then I'm going to add it. All right, here is the image in the Tripo. Now we can generate the 3D model. All right, under the geometry and texture, so I have to select some of the settings. So here I have select my texture quality to 2K, or maybe you can use 4K or 2K. And then here you have to select the chord topology. And then here I have to set the poly count. So I'll type in something about 500 by default, which is going to be 50,000. Now we have to change the AI model. So this is really important. So you have to select the 2.5 legacy mode. Otherwise you can download the 3D model and then you can hit the generate model under that. And then Tripo will take some time depending on the complexity of the model. For me, it took me like 5 to 10 minutes. All right, here's the model guys. As you can see, the Tripo is really nice in this case, right? You can see the wireframe of the model and how cool this topology is. You can see the texture is also really nice, but some of the part like on the head over here, some parts are really missing, I think, which is pretty good. And we can see some of the parts like here and here, the texture is a little bit off. We can fix this in Blender. And also here is the normal map. So it has also render out a normal map and the diffuse map and everything. So, and then you can download the model, go into the export, and under that you have to set a name. And then format should be FBX. I have used the FBX. And then you have to set the blender and then the texture resolution. I'm going to use 2K. So you have 15 export per month for the free version. Okay, now I have downloaded my model. Let's go into the folder and extract the file. All right, now I have extracted the file and then inside of the folder, we can see the FBX. If I open up the FBX, you can see this is the model. Here is the texture files. You can see all the textures are there. Now we can get this into the Blender. Okay, let's get into the Blender and then I'm gonna open my FBX file here. We go into the folder and then select the FBX and there we can keep the same settings and then I'm going to import the model. Alright, here is the model in Blender. You can see the textures are all come along with the model, which is really nice. Alright guys, first of all I'm going to turn on my wireframe to show you the exact code base topology here, which is not perfect, but we can use this for a mobile friendly game. And let me turn on my statistic as well so you can see how much of poly count we have. So we can see the triangle count is 11,000, which is not bad. Okay, I'm going to turn off my wireframe for now because I want to change some of the things in the textures. So let's open up this shade editor. I'll split my window like that. Let's open up the UV editor over here and you can see the UV map of the model here, right? Which is pretty cool. And then I'm going to open the shader editor to show off the material. We have the material here. We have all kind of material, diffuse, normal map, even the metallic map there, and also the normal map like that. All right, guys, now we can see some of the texture issues as I mentioned. Let's try to fix these issues on the texture. So how to do this? So to do that, let's get into the texture painting. I'll split the display to get my shader editor because I have to switch to different textures. Let's get the shader editor and then here I'll take my textures. We can select one of the texture and then we can paint or change the textures there. Now first of all guys, I'm going to change to my shader editor, which is easy for us to focus, and then I'll also change my render path to diffuse color because the diffuse color does not influence by the shadows and other textures like normal maps and all. So then we can focus only the color textures of the material. So I'm going to select my diffuse texture on the material node, and then I can fix some of the problems we saw before. Now first of all, focus on some of the problem here we saw. Okay, now you can go into the top left corner and select the smear tool there, and then you can select your F key on the keyboard to change the brush size. And then smear tool is a nice one, so you can drag one color towards the other one. You can see simply you can drag the color over here towards the white portion over here, right? Which is going to be smear, which is going to be dragging one color to the other part, right? You can simply drag carefully without affecting the other places. You can resize your brush as you want, and then you can simply drag like that. So you have to find what are the problems of this texture. You can simply drag the color you want towards the problem area. So I'm gonna go speed up a little bit because this is going to be a little bit boring part. Okay, now the most important part, we have a little bit of a problem with this texture. I'm gonna go smear the part like that, drag the blue color over to this orange area, and then cover that up with the blue color. Alright, I'm gonna go fast as well a little bit. I can see you have to play around with this brush, and then you have to scale, so you have to change the size and all, and then simply brush it out. I think it's okay compared to the previous one. Okay, now we can find some of the other places, like here you can also do the same thing. We can simply drag the color we want. We have to be careful about the edges like that. It's going to be a little bit blur, but it's totally okay because this is going to be a low poly model for a mobile or really low poly game. So it is not going to be a really problem. And then simply you can drag all these colors like that. So I'm going to fix all the problems of the diffuse map. We are still not focusing on the normal maps and reflection and all. We're just in the pace of the color map here. Okay, you can see the fingers is also having some of the problems. So you can fix those issues as well. And also you can see the face of the character is also having some of the problems. So I'm going to fix those places as well. Simply dragging the brush like that. We have some of the problems around the arm, so I'm going to drag the colors like that, so we can simply fix those places as well. Alright, I think now the character is really nice. We pretty much covered almost all the texture issues here with the diffuse map. Now we can save the diffuse map, because this is really important. You have to save the map, otherwise all the edits you have done will be gone. And then I'm going to go into my second texture, which is the roughness. I'll select the roughness. I'll have to go back to my render pass and then set the combined. Now you can see some of the parts are having very smooth textures. You can use the brush tool for this, because this is just a black and white texture. So we can see that is a gray and white areas. So you can select some of the gray color, not complete black. So I'll use some of the gray color there, and then we can simply brush like that. You can see how cool is that, like the brushed area is really reflective, really smooth. So I don't want all the roughness to on top of the face, so I'm gonna go back to that, and then I'll change the brush size and then draw on top of the eyes and other places that the reflection to be really smooth. And also specifically these glasses, I think those are glasses, so I can maybe draw on them, and some of the other parts I'm not sure, but you can, you know, find whatever the places you want the roughness to be really high and low, depending on the white and black colors. We can also change that to white color if you want a really rough, really less reflective areas, like for example the hair maybe. Then I'm gonna paste some of the white color on top of the roughness texture. Alright, I think that's enough for the roughness material. I'll go save that one again, and then we can go into the metallic one quickly. You can see the metallic values is also black and white. If we set it to white, which means the 100% metallic, you can paint the metallic parts. I believe these parts are going to be metallic. So I'll fast forward this part a little bit. So I'm going to go paint out all the metallic areas of the character. And then I think guys, this is enough for the metallic map. Let's quickly go into the normal map. Alright guys, as I said before, we got a problem with the spectacles. We have a little bit of problems. I think that is a problem of the normal map. We have to fix that. So I'm gonna go and then use the blur tool. Then I blur out the top of the glasses like here. I think the problem reduced a little bit. I think maybe we can scale the brush a little bit and then we can draw it. Alright, I think it fixed pretty much most of the problems with the texture. We can go forward and do the final stuff. Guys, before I just forget about, we have to save all the textures. We can go one by one and we can go save all the textures before we doing anything. Alright, now we have fixed all the texture issues. Now we can go animate our character simply using Mixamo site. Now first of all, we have to export our 3D model we created. And then I'm going to go into export and FVX there. So under that settings, I'll restore to operator default. We go all the way down. I'll remove the animations. We don't need to remove any of the things. Actually, we can keep it all default. And then we select the object and visible object. And then we can set a name and then simply export it. And then we're going to go into the Mixamo site here. Go into the Mixamo. Here is the site I'm going to use to animate our character. So we can use this site to rig the character and simply put some animation. So first of all, you have to select the upload character, and then you have to select the character file. And then there, I'm going to use my character I just exported, and then I'm going to open it. Alright guys, sometimes we will encounter this error, but no worries. I can go back to Blender and I can fix that issue. So first of all, you have to select your material and you have to duplicate the material. So you have to keep the material as a backup there, and then you have to select the duplicated material there, and then we have to delete all the nodes, keeping the output node. And then we can simply export this model again. Go export FVX, and there you have to select all the settings as before and override it. Then go into the Mixamo and then upload the character again. And then I'm gonna upload it. Alright, now it's working. Now we can simply rig the character in the Mixamo. Simply I'm gonna tap next. And then you can place all these circles where they need to be, like the wrist. I'm gonna place it in the wrist. And let's place the elbows around here, and then the knees roughly about here, and also groin in this location, and then we hit next. It will be taking a little bit of time to rig the character. Alright, now you can see guys, it has created the rig for the character. Now you can see it is already animated. Now you can hit the next to get the character here. Alright, so let's search for walking animation. Okay, I'm gonna use this walking animation here because it has the in place option. So I can tap the in place there. Okay, now you can see which is not moving, but the animation is really nice. It is working really fine. Now we can simply download the animation. So first of all, you have to set the skin with the skin and keyframe reduction to the uniform, and then leave all the other settings as these and simply tap the download. Okay, here's the file I just downloaded, and I can drag it to the Blender and import the FBX. And here we can see which is come along with the armature. So we can simply hide this model, and then we have to add the materials back again to the new model, and we simply have all the materials back again to the character. So if I play these, you can see which is really nice. So we have only 30 frames of animations. So first of all, I'll pull this a little bit up, and then I'm gonna set my end to 30, and then let's play it. Okay, now you can see guys, this is really easy setup. You can simply use Tripo AI to create a beautiful simple animation for any kind of game engine. Also, you can use this animation in a simple sequence or a video or anywhere you want. So with that being said guys, I think that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one, and thanks for watching.